before, so we're curious to see if we still get a non-start with the same player, or if we... Yep, it's fine. So it may have nothing to do with specific players, and it's just blind luck. So I am going third. I like the possibility of the carnivore fat tissue, so I will definitely not put the fat tissue in. We'll just put in the 6 carnivore in case I like the other idea of making a lot of species, given that there's not much difference between 4, 5, and 6. So if someone before me decides that greed is good, I will probably... So this looks like it's probably a fat tissue rather than a carnivore. If there's not a heap of species here, I will probably make a heap of species, and hope we don't have both a carnivore and a pack hunting carnivore, because that's terrifying and I lose the game. Just basically straight up. If we got carnivores going on, I'm losing... like, I'm losing everything. This happened after this, which... that's interesting that that one is a carnivore. 3 body size carnivore is kinda weird. This ended up being defensive like I thought it was, but yeah, going after me, you kinda know you can, so... good on him. I was expecting if that happened I'd still have 2 left. But yeah, no, good work. That's what you should do. I think he should attack the ones that have eaten, just to help keep the food down, because I don't think there's much reason to leave that much food there, and giving me 1 point is usually not going to be a big deal when you're killing everything. So yeah, that went particularly badly. The one thing I can take solace in is the fact that these guys have got carnivores still alive, that they will be probably using against each other. So I don't really want to put up a hard shell. What I am going to do though is acknowledge I don't want any of these traits. I'll put them all on this species, it can't eat, and I'll just draw 3 new traits. Because I really have to see some other traits right now to have any chance here. The ones I just saw give me nothing, so we're going to do this. Cycle them out, get some new ones, see if I can get lucky and pull this back somehow. Helpfully, having the hard shell, the other carnivore can't eat it, so it's going to starve as well. Alright, so this is kind of nice. I've got this burrowing and this warning call that I can use to actually make a defended species. There's like a shitload of food and I'm hoping we don't need it all. So I'm going to put in this -3 help for the future. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you've played Evolution Climate. In that you can just straight up cycle cards. Here you have to make a species go extinct, so if one of your cards is carnivore and you're just really hating your cards, especially if you just got the one species that you're going to get back for free, just, yeah, go for it. Oh, that's not where that goes. So it's kind of obvious that there is a species here that can be attacked by an ambush. In this case, these guys haven't really made species to gain card advantage. They've just gained card advantage from us losing cards. That seems unnecessary here. Like, what was this going to be? We could already see the long neck, right? Hey, that's good. There's not enough food for everything. This makes me feel good, because this is the only foraging, and that is a fertile. I think it's just that this won't quite fill up its fat tissue. I'm going last next turn. I shouldn't feel good about there being no food left, but I'm hopeful that I can turn something around, because starving everyone was pretty much my only path to a victory, and it gets closer. Starving myself is not a good path to victory. If I don't get some cooperations or an ability to do some sort of big carnivore or something here, I don't know, kind of screwed. Those are not cooperations. One of them is an intelligence. I'll accept that. Definitely. Again, no one can actually eat really fast, so I'll put up the fertile. If it looks like someone can probably attack things, I have got this symbiosis and this climbing, and the scavenger. The things I can do involve bumping the body size and population of this, sticking the symbiosis so it'll look somewhat like this if I need to save everything. So the scavenger fills up a species, fills up when something attacks it with the scavenger on the burrower. So if I'm particularly worried about there being a carnivore, I will do this. If I think it's really safe, I won't, because I really want to use the intelligence to maybe get some stuff. Yeah, maybe this is a carnivore that can attack this. If so, solid. You got me. But I don't think it's really particularly wise. Given that the ambush is going to be a potentially useful card, I'm going to keep it. Maybe the symbiosis ends up being handy as well. So right now I will put in the scavenger, probably spend the climbing on the food. It is a carnivore that can attack this. I was hoping it wouldn't be, but in the end it is. That's kind of unfortunate. That's all it can attack. Next turn I do get to save things. Again, I don't really like the intelligence over here, but because I had no cooperations already, it was about the best I could do. Just make sure I have enough food after, you know, putting in some very low numbers. What should everyone else put in? Because that's a lot of food. What should I put in the end? Mine was actually kind of high, wasn't it? Because I don't think I had really good options here. 6. Probably a little bit too high. Do what we can. There's still not quite enough food for everyone. That's good news, I guess. So he ate me, but I think he's going to lose some to starvation as well. So I get to take 2, he takes 1, he takes 1, I take 1. So that kind of works out okay. Slide's still doing really well. No one's currently using a climbing as a defense. And that's some good stuff. So I think I'll put this -1 in. So, this is a species. I could try to save it, but I think I score more over this turn and next turn if I don't try to save it, because I can use these to get some species down, like this, where I can use cards to eat with. Of course, if he's going to remove the carnivore again, sure. I mean, I could leave the foraging there for this round if I think there are no carnivores. But I think this is still a pretty solid bet. We'll go with that. If I lose this population, whatever, I'll save this species over this one, over this population, just because I get a card next turn for it. And that's good. Okay, we'll see how low everyone put in this round. 6. This guy takes 2, this guy takes 3, I take my 1, I feed 4. This has got the cooperation, so the starvation is there. This is going to see a little bit of starvation happen. Oh, I thought he was taking 3. Only 2. I'll still take this one, this guy will take 1. That starves, these don't. This does a tiny bit. Yeah, if there was heaps of food, I was prepared to actually take quite a bit by putting it into this fat tissue. But I can still do that in a future round. So this is alright. I can put in this -2. I can put up this long neck climbing over here, making me even more vulnerable to climbing than I already am. Given my severe card disadvantage from the first round going really poorly, being eaten again later, I think I have to. I just have to hope that the climbing doesn't all fall down. Again, I'm hoping that I can get 3 food from eating once and then just use 1 card. Whoops. But in this case, because I've got 2 cards, I can use them both, and because I've got this fat tissue as the backup here, I can maybe get a heap of food from both of them. I still get, 3 from the second one if there's 0 for me to eat. Unhelpfully, this is obviously really fragile if someone is making a climbing carnivore. I have no recourse to handle that. It's something I just have to hope that they can't do. And the fact that they have got some good plant chains going along. Okay, so this guy's kind of grabbing my feeding efficiency for himself. Sort of annoying. We're both doing okay on the feeds now. I'm probably going to use this carnivore because I can use this defensive herding instead of the climbing as a potentially safer defense for the final turn if I feel like I have to. Although I'm going first, safer defenses aren't really going to be anything. I'm just going to get as much food as I can and hope no one eats me. I honestly have no idea who's winning, despite how poorly the first round went. I have a feeling maybe it's Ashigaru, but I honestly don't know. It's a tough call. So I'm going to put in the lowest food card I can. Obviously, I think the aim here is that I spend 2 cards after eating once, or not after eating once, whichever way, which means I want 6 population would be ideal here, and 5 would be ideal here. I don't have that much, so we'll stick at 4 and 5. It seems like the best plan. It can get me 9. If I have to eat first because of a scary climbing carnivore, maybe I will. 0 cards seems like the wrong move here. I don't know how much food he's expecting to be available, but I promise it's not the amount that he wants so that this forager can get all of the food he plans for it to get. There's almost no way that these species is going to be safe. Oh, okay, that's not even a forager, it's another intelligence. So that's 4. I'm going to take 3 of them, yoink. This guy's going to take 1, probably on this species. He's still got a room to intelligence twice, but really, you want the foraging over there, like I've got. So I get 4 for that one, 2 for this one. He grabs his 3 and then 2, and wow. Was that enough for me to win? Maybe. I certainly wasn't doing very well. If I've got one of my come-from-behind victories, really happy. I love come-from-behind victories. They feel really good. Sure do. Definitely going to be posting this video specifically once I've highlighted this game as evidence that even when you do go all in on 4 species in the first turn and lose 3 of them, you can still win. It's hard, it's not guaranteed, but you can do it. So you shouldn't just leave and be a bitch about it. Yeah, Slide hadn't left yet. So the GG still went to someone, that's good. Yeah, but that was a very good game. I'm really happy with that one.